Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Right Time, a Wave original. My name is Bomani Jones. Thanks for listening wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. You only give us 4 stars. I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. This time of week, we got a guest joining us. Check him out. It's Mero, the Kid Mero, man. Like, I lose track of what everything is. It's the Victory Light podcast. I just feel like at this point, you are your own freestanding entity.
Bro, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? To quote. But now, we outside. We got, listen, like I always say, Bo, I got 4 kids and 2 mortgages. I got to stay in motion. If a shark stops swimming, they die. So we got to keep the motioning.
You are definitely operating on this is a long-term game program. It's like my daddy's argument for shopping and getting gas at the cheap places. It's not about one tank. It's about a lifetime behavior of getting tanks and then eventually stack your bread.
That's it. That's all, man. I'm just out here trying to get it. So we got Victory Light. We got 7 p.m. You know what I mean? We got According to the Kid. We got, you know what I'm saying? I'm writing a book of essays about fatherhood, because I got way too many kids to count. So it's a lot of content coming from your boy.
I'm going to be honest with you, brother. You're going to have to earn the I'm going to listen to Mero about being somebody's daddy, like, benefit. Like, when that book comes out, send me the copy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You're getting a galley. Don't worry about that. But it's like, it's more like observational stuff. It's not a manual. Don't get it twisted. Because I tried to do that. And then I was like, you know what? Let's pivot away from this because I get very good advice about being a dad, but it's outside the box thinking. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to find my advice in what to expect when you're expecting.
Yeah, like I have no reason to think that you're not good at dadding, right? I just don't have that many reasons to assume that you are. And that's as much about me as anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to admit, you have built a brand that does not imply that we should be leaving kids with you.
But hey, I'm the fun uncle, except when I'm your dad, it's 24/7. You know what I mean? Like,
right. See, there we go. And now we have hit on, now I want to read this book so bad. Like, now I'm in. The homie Roy Woods got a book about fatherhood and what he learned from different men in his life. And we're hoping to get him on to talk about that. And so that could be an interesting juxtaposition. Roy the dad versus Mero the dad. Like, we always ought to have you guys together, like doing a face-off sort of thing on your parenting techniques based on what you picked up in these streets.
Let's do it.
All right. Now, it is an interesting time. Election week in New York City. Election on Tuesday. And we are in the midst of what, for me, I've lived in a lot of places now. I've lived in different regions of the United States. I've never seen an election quite like what's going on in New York City right now. And I imagine a lot of you are familiar, which is rare for an election in an odd number year. But the mayor's race in New York is so interesting because I feel like we all know who's going to win, right? Zohran Mamdani is going to win. He did the hard work early. He is going to win. I've never seen more people more terrified of a diminutive South Asian man that I have seen with people being terrified of what is going to happen if this dude wins. Oh my goodness. It is the wildest. Like, you are from New York. You lived around here forever. You've seen Giuliani win elections. Like, you've seen a lot of things. Yeah. This is different, right?
It's different because it's like, there's like an energy, you know what I mean? Like, that's like just like permeating like the city, right? Like you said, like there's the side of people that are terrified and there's a side of people that are like hopeful and are like, man, listen, we've been doing the same shit for I don't know how many years and it ain't got us nowhere. So let's try something different. You know what I mean? And then you got a guy who's, not an establishment politician, bro, which I think is kind of like a barometer for the nation. You know what I mean? Like, people are tired of like the same old guys. I told Zohran, when we were doing a walk and talk, and I was just like, listen, bro, like, the problem is that a lot of people are just uninformed voters, man. They're just uninformed, dog. And if you run a guy who has the same last name as another guy who was formerly in office, they'll just be like, all right, well, I guess he knows what he's doing. Let me go just check that box because, and I told him, I was like, listen, brand loyalty is great for ketchup, for tires, you know what I'm saying? For bobby pins, whatever whatever bonnets, whatever you use. Not for people, not for politicians. You know what I'm saying? Just because my dad was a great HVAC technician don't mean I'm going to come down to your crib and fix your walk-in freezer. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that regard. So, you know what I mean? I think like with Cuomo, it's crazy that you can have a guy that failed at governor, resigned, you know, like disgracefully, and then he's trying to like do it, basically use the mayor's office as a PR campaign. 4 years of PR cleanup. He's doing like the Saudi Arabia shit where he's just
trying
like,
to get back.
Yeah. He's trying to get back. He's trying to like,
let me tell you what happened to Cuomo, man. Cuomo need to be in charge of something again. Like, you imagine what life has been to be around him and he ain't had nothing to be in charge of. I can only imagine how exhausting and insufferable he is. Because look, man, you've seen these debates and stuff, man. His heart ain't in it. He's not really trying to do this, but he needs something to be in charge of. But he clearly doesn't want to be the mayor. You used to be the governor. Now you talk about you want to be the mayor. You don't want to be the mayor.
He do. He just want to clean up his image, be like, yo, I'm still a viable politician, y'all. Vote for me. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, like you said, like, put me in charge of something. I don't care if it's the North Shore Animal League, bro. Put me in charge of something. You know what I mean? Because I think homie just has no marketable skills. And as an elderly man with a pierced nipple, it's hard to get a job out here.
Oh, I forgot about the pierced nipple.
Crazy work.
Still, that's absurd.
Crazy work, Bo. If I'm a single issue voter, a nipple ring is gonna get you out of the. It's eliminating you from my contention.
Imagine what it's like for the ladies. Because look, some of us know what it's like when you stumble upon, oh shit, it's a ring there.
Okay.
I don't know how that goes for women though when this happens. Like, I don't feel like it's nearly as intriguing as it is. I don't know what it signals. I feel like what it and honestly, what it might signal to women is the exact opposite thing of that which I wish to signal in that moment.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. The physiology of a woman's nipple is different than that of a man's nipple. So for you to get your nipple pierced as a woman is a lot easier. There's more surface area of the nipple to account for. So you mean to tell me that you got enough nip to pierce, and then you're gonna go ahead and do it and follow through and be like, yo, you know what? I got big nipples. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make them more unsightly by putting a big ass ring in them. That's crazy. And then you're going to do a serious State of the Union of the, blah, bitty blue, whatever's going on with that white polo and the nipple ring sticking through looking crazy. I was like, oh, nah, man, come on. This got to stop. That's crazy, dog. Imagine the president started gauging their ears or something like that, doing some different shit. And you'd be like, bro, this is not, hey, do what you do. Live your life, man. But if you're running a government office, I don't want you with no type of shit on your face and your titties, bro. Leave that alone.
Well, hold on. This is what this is now making me wonder is who out here, it could be in politics, it can be a whole bunch of spaces. Somebody got like a nipple ring and we would be surprised to find out that they got it, right? Or people who like how Kevin Durant has all those tattoos, but you can't really see none of them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I have met somebody, shall we say, with the exact same setup. You'd have no idea what kind of party it is until the party actually begins, right? So somebody out there got like a nipple ring and or more.
Bro.
That we had not considered, had never known.
And when you say more?
And this has been, more. Like a lot more.
That could be anything.
Todo es posible, mi amigo. Todo es posible.
I'm telling you, man.
Think about that. Every time you see a politician, man, they might have a nipple ring. Every single
that's
one
wild.
Or more.
Think about it. Think about you, like Clarence Thomas having a Prince Albert. I know you didn't want to think about that. I'm sorry, America. I'm sorry, the internet, for putting that image in your brain.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? But like,
Well,
come
the
on.
issue is not me thinking about it. It is the invariable text that I know I'm going to receive from my mother that says, "What is a Prince Albert?" question mark. Which I think I just guaranteed she would send to me now that I've actually brought it up. But that's still 100% on the board. And I'm gonna put her on a no. I can't let you tell her because you will in capital letters. Never mind. I was gonna like outsource that to you to give that explanation, but actually, no, I can't allow that to happen at all.
That might ruin the holidays for you, Bo. I'm not trying to do that to you.
I'm in a terrible place right now. I'm in such a terrible place.
It's a
We
dark mental
actually need
place.
to. Oh my God. Here's what we need to talk about though. And this is the thing and if you have not followed the mayor's race, have you followed anything the last 4 years of the Eric Adams era? And I need to ask you about this because Eric Adams once was trying to get out of some trouble. And the quote he gave was make sure the Dominicans know that Eric Adams is the only mayor to ever hang out at the clubs on Dykeman. And I was like, oh man, this is like, he really made hanging out at spots that me and you might not go to. That was part of his mayoral strategy.
Fam, when I seen him smoking hookah with rappers, I said, we are cooked. This is over. It is over. Like when he got elected, I was like, yo, y'all elected a party promoter to run the city. Good luck. Let's see how these next 4 years turn out. Ladies free before 11 at the Social Security office. Like, what is going on? This dude was a walking meme. Every city was the New York of that country. It was crazy. He had like 5 catchphrases. He hung out with Jim Jones. I'm like, yo, listen, I love Jim Jones. That's my guy. I don't want my mayor hanging out with Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? There might be some bad influences going on there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to say this in fairness to Adams on the blank is the New York of blank that he did everywhere. This is very similar to how Instagram make it to where people got to spend way too much money on clothes because once it go on internet is on Instagram, it is there forever, and now you can't wear this anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
That's what happened to him with this. We didn't always have access to all this video that you could run it in a line, and you could just spit that line over and over again, and it would be okay, right?
It kind of hit.
But once people were able to chop that up, that's like Kamala Harris had that one line, something about being unburdened, and they found out that she had been saying that all the time. Hey, man, if you got a line that works, you got a line that works. I've seen Dave Chappelle live 3 or 4 times, and I think every time I've seen him live, he has told the same joke where somebody made reference to a little something, shall we say, and they asked him to describe it, and it was referred to as it's delicious. And he was like, hey, that's not a way that I imagine somebody would describe that thing. He's told it every show I've seen him do it all over a course of 20 years. It was funny every time. Like sometimes you get a line and it works, baby.
That's it. You know, the only problem is that now we got the internet and we got digital video, and we got a lot of people that have editing skills and can make these things that we in the media industry call supercuts. You know what I'm saying? Of you saying the same thing over and over and over again, and then you become a living meme.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this, and I feel like you and I can both say this because we've been working in this business for a while, man. I feel like the people that be making them cuts is people that ain't never had to come up with a good line before. Like, it ain't that easy, guys, right?
Man.
Like, I think there's got to be somebody that, like a supercut guy that's like, nah, man, I know what they was going through. I can't even participate in this.
I'm out. You don't know what it takes to come up with Islamabad is the New York of Islamabad.
Like you say... Yeah, you say something funny, right? Like that's what he's saying. You come up with something to make these people feel good, right? Like what y'all got?
That's his opening joke. Yeah, you gotta let him have it.
Gotta let him have it. He was amazing. And we also had the thing happen very recently where a woman put out a book that basically, I mean, it's hard times out here where you can get a book deal because you used to sleep with Eric Adams, which was the whole way that this woman got the book. But the thing was, it didn't make Eric Adams look bad. It actually made Eric Adams look good because she was kind of fine. And everybody saw that and was kind of like, damn, even Eric Adams, huh?
Bro, it was an absolute glaze fest, bro. I skimmed that shit and I was like, wow, Shorty's just glazing, homie. But everybody trying to come up, get a bag. You know what I'm saying? I did a little digging myself. Shorty used to sing background vocals for Stagger Lee. So if you're singing background vocals for Stagger Lee, man, then you got bigger problems. So you're just trying to secure the bag, man. So you'll do anything.
Hey, look, man, I saw how Eric Adams got to be the mayor. Eric Adams, in that book, that woman said, Eric Adams looked at her and said, I'm going to be the mayor and I don't want to do it without you. She said they wasn't even doing the thing no more, and she signed up on that.
Well, I'll throw a flag on the play. I'll call Cap, whatever you want to do. Because the way Eric Adams be moving, he moved like a dude that's like, yo, unless, you know what I'm saying? I'm not claiming you. We're not doing nothing public until I see what that thing smell like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, he knew that, and then apparently they stopped. I think the surprise in this one is that Eric Adams is someone who actually can abide by, sure, we'll just be friends. That is not behavior that I would expect from Eric Adams.
Well, no. He is not doing that in the least, Bo. He is like, listen, again, he's a club promoter. And you know what club promoters is trying to do? Give the pretty girl extra drink tickets. You know what I'm saying? Butter her up. You know what I mean? Finesse it. Get some liquid lubrication popping. It makes you happy.
Did we find out that he was like down at Far Rockaway? And for people who don't know, Far Rockaway is far. That is the best way to describe far. Like,
it's in the name.
I can get to my house. I can get from my house to Philly faster than you could get from where Mero grew up to Far Rockaway, and it's all in the same city, right?
That's a fact.
But he was like, yeah, I used to have he's like, yo, I used to have a shorty down here. And then we looked it up. Nope, it looks like Eric Adams did. In fact, like, Eric Adams is that dude that you can't believe nothing he says, except the one time you check into it, he did do the thing he said.
So then it fucks you up and you're like, yo, wait a minute. What about the other stuff? Could it possibly be true? Was he really on tour with Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak in 2002? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you never know.
That's the one danger about checking somebody you know who be lying. You got to make sure you get them on that lie.
Or else, you got a Fat Joe situation on your hands where it's just like, yo, the story sound ridiculous, but then you got other people confirming it.
Yeah, you never know. You never know, right? And once that person, Trump has the same thing too. Trump mess around and tell you some wild shit. And then next thing you know, it's kind of like when it turned out that Joe Biden did know a dude named Corn Pop. Like, Corn Pop really was something. After that, man, we had to listen to whatever Joe Biden said.
Yeah, you had to listen to all that malarkey.
We thought you made it up. Yeah, right, exactly it. We thought it was malarkey. In fact, it was the real McCoy.
Corn Pop is vindicated.
But yes. Now, there's something else going on with this mayor's race. For those of you who don't know, and this becomes very interesting, is that Eric Adams is the mayor, and he was a Democrat, but he wasn't running as a Democrat because he was under indictment, and he got himself out from under indictment because he agreed to do Trump's bidding on the immigration stuff. So Cuomo, who was the governor and left in disgrace, he ran against Mamdani in the Democratic primary, and the expectation was very similar to Barack Obama in 2008. We were like, oh, come on, man, there's no way that this can go, except Mamdani smoked Cuomo, right? We thought, and you knew it was bad because, look, Black people, we try not to vote for losers, and Cuomo was expected to win the Black vote. Nope, didn't happen. Black people was voting for Mamdani too, because Mamdani has this fascinating approach where he's just like, guys, you ever notice that shit costs way too much money? Isn't that wild? Yeah, vote for me. And we was like, hell yeah, we gonna vote for you. And so now it's the general election. Cuomo is running as an independent, and is another dude named Curtis Sliwa, who used to be homeboy that ran the Guardian Angels. So he'll be out here with a beret on, and he's running for the Republican nomination. And it's worth noting that Curtis Sliwa really hates Andrew Cuomo, right? Now, you may be asking yourself, why is a Democrat running against a Democrat? Because it has turned into a handicap match. Everybody is trying to make sure that Zohran don't get out of here. The big money don't like Zohran. The landlords don't like Zohran. People who are decidedly pro-Israel, they are not big fans of Zohran. Everybody is coming at Zohran, but the two dudes that are running against Zohran, the problem is Curtis Sliwa really hates Andrew Cuomo more than he hates anything else in this world. And I think that's the only thing that keeps him up in the morning is taking shots at Andrew Cuomo.
And I'll tell you one thing, Bo, this is not even a hot take. This is a lukewarm take. This is actually probably true. You know what I mean? I can say this with no facts or anything. It's my opinion, which is a fact. If Curtis Sliwa was not a Republican on the Republican ticket, I think him and Zohran would get along. You know what I'm saying? Because Curtis Sliwa, even though he's a Pixar character of New York City, the Disney movie,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like when they asked the perfect example to me was in the debate when they asked the question, have you ever gotten anything from a legal dispensary? And Mamdani was like, yes, I have purchased marijuana at a legal dispensary. And Curtis Sliwa was like, I got shot 5 times and I used marijuana to cure my pains. Yes, so yes. And Cuomo was just like, nah. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, one of these things is not like the other. You know what I'm saying? So I think Sliwa and Zohran in a cipher, they could get some things. They could get some things done.
Yo, real talk. Curtis Sliwa it's a somewhat Texas archetype, but I like my white guys white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we don't need to be, you don't need to be pretending like we got more in common than we actually do. Curtis Sliwa, I don't want to talk to him about everything, but I think I'd have a great time talking to him about everything else. My favorite part is it's the guy with the beret that's the Republican and the dude in the nice suit that's the socialist. Is that what you're telling me here? Because if I told you somebody over there is a socialist, you're picking the dude in the funny hat.
And the raspberry beret, of course.
Yes. like this is really a thing. Is the dude in the beret, but he's not trying to take Mamdani out. No, he wants to get Cuomo every time. What he said about Cuomo, that Cuomo is slapping fannies and killing grannies. Because Cuomo got put out for some sexual harassment, and we found out a lot of old people died during the pandemic in the nursing homes, and Cuomo hid it from us. And so Curtis Sliwa has been on his ass.
Curtis Sliwa need to go on Joe and Jada.
Honestly, how have none of them tried to book? Like, it would just be amazing. Just like 45 minutes of him talking to Fat Joe. I'll watch. I swear I'll watch.
I'll start a network on that premise.
Like,
Joe and Sliwa
talk. It is. And so the issue is going to be. But yo, we know Zohran's probably going to win. Brother, they about to be. They gonna be on him like his name really. I mean, his middle name is Kwame. He was born in Uganda, but they gonna be on him like like he Kwame Brown. Like it's about to be relentless coming at Zohran.
Like you said, man, before, I have never seen this level of like fear from like the establishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, career politicians, billionaires. You know what I mean? All these rich people, boomers, you name it. Fear mongerers, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, bro, this dude went to Bronx Science. Do y'all know what fam, like this kid is a New York City kid. You know what I'm saying? So like, it baffles my mind, bro, because another thing is this guy's running to be mayor of New York City and he's very focused on New York City. Like he's like, you know what I mean? He's getting very granular with the New York City shit. He don't care. He's not tripping about geopolitics and nothing like that. They keep asking him about it. But he keeps replying, hey, man, I'm running to be mayor of New York City. That's my focus. New York City and making it affordable for New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? I left New York City when they stopped doing free UPK. I got 4 kids, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't afford to send all of y'all to daycare while your mom goes to work and I go to work. That's crazy. So what are we gonna do? I was like, I guess I gotta go, and I help him move. So there's a lot of things, man. Like I'm a single issue voter. Like I'm not a single issue voter, but like there's a lot of people that are single issue voters. And for me, the most important thing is childcare, UPK. You know what I mean? Like the buses is nice, everything else is nice, but really it's really about giving New Yorkers the opportunity to go out and work and not have to worry about, hey man, I got to spend 20 bands a year on daycare, and that's sucking up all my money. I can't save up money. I can't do nothing. I can't. I'm living hand to mouth. And New Yorkers are tired of that shit.
And them billionaires are like, fuck your kids. that
Yeah, fuck
Ackerman
your
guy,
kids.
that Curtis Lewa also hates. Like, that's the thing about Sliwa. When he talks, he doesn't sound like any Republican that I know, right?
At all.
Sliwa says some way too many things where I'm like, no, hear the man out. Let the man in the funny hat finish. But they don't say too much, and it's like, all right, somebody tell the funny
All
hat.
right, you're talking to all right, you cross the line, champ. You know what I mean? Like, this is Sliwa threshold, bro. It's like Sliwa to me is like me going to LA. Like, I could be there for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I got to get out of there.
But they all of the billionaires is all of the landlords, because my man is trying to freeze the rent or rent stabilized places. And let me tell you something. I had a rent stabilized apartment for a little while, baby. And let me tell you what they don't be trying to do. Put no money into that motherfucker. That's the only thing about it. They gonna get you back. They gonna get you back on that one. They like, ain't no profit in this situation. But like,
good luck talking to the super.
Says to me, everything he says to me sounds like, hey, that seems like a pretty good idea. Hey, maybe that won't work, but it seems worth a try. Terror. I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day who don't even live here, and he was petrified at the prospect of Zohran winning.
I don't understand it. I'm like, listen, man, like, look, there's a lot of things that he's proposing. Like you said, they might work, they might not. But what have we been doing for the last, 8 years? Like, bullshit.
Yeah.
So, and look at where we're at. Well, so, might as well try something new. I know Cuomo's not going to do anything new.
That's my thing. Y'all wasn't scared of Eric Adams? Like that is amazing that, like, you think you can survive Eric Adams, right? But you don't think you can survive the homie Zohran. That's what's kind of wild to me.
That is super bugged out. I think, you know what it is? I think it's older. It's funny because it's like older people, a lot of older people that are like doing all this like fear mongering and all this other bullshit. And it's trippy to me because I'm like, man, aren't y'all like the hippies? Aren't y'all like the generation of like, yo, make love, not war? Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I guess all that shit went out the window as soon as you saw your social security check was weak. You know what I mean? Like, and that ain't his fault.
Like, right.
Boomers got to figure shit out.
Well, I tell you this. I got one more point I'm going to make on this. We're going to take a moment, but coming up next, I'm going to make one more point that I do think needs to be made when it comes to Eric Adams. All right, back with the Kid Mero. And all these jokes we got about Eric Adams, I do think we need to stop and take a moment because I would love to direct the Eric Adams documentary. The fact that it happened at all, it is amazing that this particular man got to where he has been and almost went to jail. They accusing his aides of passing bribes in a Funyuns bag or whatever kind of chips it was that was in the bag. And he beat the rap, and he is going to walk out of the mayor's office not in handcuffs. Amazing.
Bro, amazing. Doing all the goofiest corruption scandal in the history of government. This man going to Turkey and getting first class flights. I don't know if he went there to get his veneers done or what, but not even like, yo, I'm making like $1 billion stock trading, insider trading, nothing like that, bro. I flew to Turkey and I got special treatment. Like, dog, what the fuck? And like, fam, but homie was just the literal he was like Kingpin. You know what I'm saying? For Spider-Man. Like, if Kingpin for Spider-Man became mayor of New York City and went on Ozempic.
Hold up.
That's Eric Adams.
What if he had come back from Turkey with a full head of hair?
I was expecting that, bro. When I saw that he did not, I was disappointed. I was like, yo, my man, you pushing the boundaries of the mayoral office in every direction except this one? You can't go get the Nori? Dark Caesar, bro? Like, Nori did it. Why can't you do it? You hang out with rappers all the time. They're not giving you, they gatekeeping the doctors.
Yes. Nah, I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you the one person who need to be mad though at Zohran, and I know he probably talks to people about this all the time. They'd be like, "Yeah, I know. You right. And that is our man. You remember Jimmy McMillan? The rent is too damn high.
Yeah, he been saying it.
Yo, man, Zohran bit his whole steez, man. Bernie Sanders bit his whole steez. AOC bit his whole steez. He had it very simple. One issue: the rent is too damn high. Hell yeah, the rent too damn high. You got this.
And they call him crazy. See, he ran. He walks so Zohran can run. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jimmy, goddamn it, because he was. And I think
feel like
if it wasn't for the facial hair, he might have had a shot.
I was just about to say the least that Zohran could do to show that man some love is to pay some homage and go ahead and grow it. Grow that crazy facial hair, man. You got to get this man some kind of props, man. You got to at least bring him out at the victory party.
Yo, he gonna be on the float.
It's like Jimmy is like Fonte to Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of y'all that don't really know what's really going on, but those of us who know the real, we can see the straight line that was drawn.
Right. You see the through line from Jimmy to Zohran. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yo, this tell you a lot about America, that more people don't simply run on, yo, man, these prices is crazy, right? Like, who's saying no to that approach? Like, who is the person that hears that is like, no, actually, I think they're pretty reasonable.
They're pretty good.
People are like, yeah, the prices are high, man.
Thank you. That's the craziest shit to me, bro. It's like, yo, my man is running on a campaign. He hasn't said shit except the word affordability 80, 100,000 times. And everybody else is, and everybody who's living in the city and is like, damn, you're right. This shit is wild and affordable. I just paid $12 for jail commissary instant oatmeal. This is crazy. This has to stop. My rent is $8,000 a month. I live in a 2-bedroom and that I share with a rodent that I can't identify. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is out of control. We got to stop this. So somebody saying that and people being like, whoa, take it easy there, buddy, is crazy to me. I feel like I'm in Zoolander, bro. Like, am I taking crazy pills? Like, y'all want the rent to be higher? I was like, I know one thing. Eric Adams on his way out bumped the rent up. He bumped the rent one last time for motherfuckers on his way out. And I was just like, God damn, bro. Thank you for the parting gift, you bitch. Now I got to pay an extra $500 for the studio.
Yo, man. Because part of it is you kind of get yourself to a place living here where you just don't think about how much it costs, right? It's not going to help. Like if it's something that you got to buy, you just kind of go ahead and buy it. But every now and then something happens and you look at the number and you're like, what's really going on, right? Man, I ordered some Indian food the other night, some curry chicken and some naan. It was $40.
Dog.
Now, granted, that is like the fee, that's the fee game. Right, like there's a lot of, but the bottom line is and by the time I saw it, I was like, "Fuck, man, I've already decided that this is what I'm about to do." $40. What are you talking about here,
fam? And this is ethnic food. People fuck with ethnic food because it's by and large affordable. You know what I'm saying? It's made by immigrants for their communities. You know what I'm saying? And other people. New York is a melting pot. We know that. We love it. But goddamn, bro, if I'm going to the Dominican spot and the lunch used to be $5 and now it's $25 because you added fees and this and that and boom, bang, bing, and you beating me over the head. Like you said, man, like, listen, these are all things that we used to not really pay attention to until you get that alert from Bank of America that's like, hey, your account is overdrawn by $283. What would you like to do?
Right. Like it's gonna be wild. Zohran gonna let everybody down because look, man, he gonna be fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna let you down because guys like him will always let you down because you got to be somewhat realistic about what is possible once you get into the space. It's not gonna be he's a bad guy. He already had to keep the current police commissioner. Like the people that's worried about him talking about defund the police. Zohran ain't stupid. He know that don't work no more. Like somebody has let him know. Like, hey man, you might want to start getting cool with the police. Like, ow-nay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing too. Like he understands like the game, right? Like he understands politics. He understands what you need to do to get into office. You know what I mean? And like, hey, try it, bro. Try everything that you're proposing. If 1 out of 3 of them things works, we good.
Yes. Speaking of the game, I hadn't really been paying so much attention so far, but the New York Knicks have started off 2-2. Are you ready to fire Mike Brown yet, Mero? Are you guys getting a little antsy over there? I hear y'all supposed to win the championship this year.
Nah, man, I'm not getting antsy at all, man. It's not even December yet, man. Like we ain't even. Come on, man. Like, listen, we went from complaint. The Knicks fans, I love y'all, but some of y'all gotta relax because we went from complaining that Tibbs only played 6 motherfuckers to now, yo, Tyler Kolek minutes, yo, Cat is soft, all this other shit. Cat's unhappy with what he's doing in the offense. Man, we 4 games in, dog. Like, they figuring shit out. Like, let them figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Let this unit play together. Let that rotation expand. You know what I mean? Like, you going from playing 6 dudes to playing 8, 9, 10 guys. You know, shit's gonna change. So you got to give it time. Give them time to gel. If by Christmas shit is looking spooky, I will retract every statement I have said thus far. But God damn it, the Knicks are fine. Everybody, calm down.
Okay. You're gonna wait till Christmas that I feel like is gonna turn to Thanksgiving.
All right, I'll push it up to Thanksgiving, matter of fact. Because we're not even in November yet. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween, y'all.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, y'all are ready for it. This is I want the Knicks to do well because I keep telling people, man, it really is better here when the Knicks are doing well, right? The bright side is if it don't go well, then y'all can get hyped up about Giannis, and that'll be fun to watch too.
Would you have done that?
Would I have traded for Giannis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have found a way. Yeah.
But if you give up, like if you do the typical, like the historical Knicks move, right, is to go trade Jalen Brunson, Karl Towns, and like, you know, throw in a random guy, OG Anunoby, right, or Mitchell Robinson. Take these 3 guys who are basically the cornerstones of this franchise and give us Giannis. And then Giannis is going to come over, score 50 a game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go 20 and 62. And then what? He's going to sell a lot of jerseys, though.
So my thing, though, is definitely I keep Jalen Brunson. I prefer to keep OG. You know, con respeto, mi amigo. Tu hermano Carl. Yo quiero enviarse en el cambio. Sí. Gotta, you know, tú necesitas hacer cambios, hacer progreso, ¿sí? You know what I mean?
Listen, I love Cat too, man, but like if it was a one, you know Milwaukee's not doing that. The entire state of Wisconsin would riot if they did a 1-to-1 Giannis to Cat trade.
You know God, that would never happen.
That would never happen. And that's the only way that like that team could, you know what I mean? Like function.
Throw Bridges in there. Y'all gonna get mad at him soon enough, or are you already mad at him? He plays a little less physically than you New Yorkers tend to like.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him though, because like I said, you know, he's in a rotation that has been expanded. It's not all about him. And you know what? New Yorkers, if you do one thing or 2 things, if you have iconic moments in New York sports, people fuck with you forever. Aaron Boone is the manager of the New York Yankees right now, not because he has a wealth of baseball knowledge, because he hit 1 home run in the playoffs. 1. That mattered. You know what I'm saying? And he did that, and he rode that wave all the way to the dugout as the manager. So Mikal Bridges had 2 iconic moments against our most hated rival city, Boston, when he stripped Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown at the end of both games, he put the clamps on JB, and then he stripped JT for, you know what I mean, that those 2 games. And those were iconic Knicks moments. So he's good. He could ride that wave. He's probably going to end up on the coaching staff in 10 years.
I want to ask you this while we're here. Haven't heard you and your thoughts on the NBA gambling situation. I'm curious what you think about that.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. I was gambling when you had to call an Italian man and go to a social club and fill out a paper ticket. Okay? So I'll say this much. I saw this coming all the way. And it's crazy to me because it's really just greed, Bo. It's greed. Because I'm like, if you think about it, I said this shit on Victory Lane. Even like a mid NBA player is making $15 million a year, dog. If you are on an NBA roster, bro, and you score 8 points a game, you fuck around and get 15 million. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys are getting 50, 60 million. So it's like, bro, how much money do you need? Like,
see, I don't see the reason I push back on the greed angle, man. I think what it comes down to, and this is important, man, some people just don't make good decisions. right? And like I can't relate to people who make people who make just terrible decisions. I believe that you may have made a couple of bad ones at some point in your life, right? Where people are just
Definitely.
like, why did you make those terrible decisions? You don't have an answer for it. You just did it. Some people never get over it though. They just make horrific decisions. Like Terry Rozier had to put his house up for bail, and the IRS has got a lien on his house. That's a man who made a series of terrible decisions.
Hey, yo, listen. And this is the thing. We gotta do something. I know the NBA does something where they teach incoming, draftees about, financial, fiscal responsibility and things of that. We gotta expand that because it obviously ain't hit for everybody.
Yeah. But I think that people who make good decisions think that as long as people know that doing something is a bad decision, that is enough of a deterrent. And no, it doesn't work that way.
No, they gotta touch the stove. A lot of motherfuckers gotta touch the stove
Yep.
to find out it's hot.
That's exactly it. I didn't know if that adage made its way up to this part of the country. Got to touch the stove. Like I say, stove hot. Is it really?
Is it really though? Let me see. Goddamn. Okay, third degree burn.
Like, oh, okay.
There go your fingerprint.
Like, damn, you're. Oh yeah, the fingerprint burn is the. That's the one. That is just to remind you what a horrific decision that you made. That there is evidence right here, whirls and swirls and swoops to indicate that you made this like horrible, terrible decision. Like I'm waiting though for us to hear about because look, somebody like Terry Rozier, I see how somebody like that gets caught in the web, right? If we mess around and hear like a max salary dude caught in the web, because look, if what they say about Chauncey Billups is true, he got caught in the web somehow. He made $100 million, and they say he somehow got caught in the web. By the way, Terry Rozier higher career earnings than Chauncey Billups, which has to infuriate somebody like Chauncey Billups. But anyway, apparently caught in the web. But hold on. Let me tell you something else that's funny. I don't know if you saw this. But the Athletic wrote a story about Chauncey Billups, and it was kind of like going through the paperwork to trace who the people are. And they're like, we can't figure out how Chauncey Billups got caught up with this one guy, right? And it's like their families follow each other on Instagram. It's one of the people listed in the paperwork. I think he caught one of the charges, but they missed it. Is that this guy was down with BMF? And they couldn't understand how would Chauncey know the BMF guys. And I'm like, well, that's the Detroit operation. Like, there's going to be a lot of people traipsing around the edges of this that, like, that's on the first sentence of the wiki entry of BMF is that it's a Southwest Detroit operation. And somehow this story didn't think, hey, man, the answer to this might be in Detroit because that's the Detroit, and Detroit works.
Detroit, and Chauncey was there for a long time. And, there's connections there.
Yeah, but once I saw that this dude was a BMF cat, I was like, oh, this could get really weird really fast.
Fam, this story is a motherfucking onion, gang. And I'm just waiting to see, like, as the layers peel back, how many people are involved in this shit, who's going down for this, what's gonna happen. And also, now you got to look at, now that this whole thing is kind of like blown open a little bit, you got to look at situations that were suspect. You know what I mean? Like suspect plays. Like, I wonder why he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm looking at that Andrea Bargnani three. You know what I'm saying? Against the Bucks and in the Knicks back in the day that completely baffled Walt Clyde Frazier when he took it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm looking at that shit a little different. Like, maybe homeboy is trying to cover a spread or something.
Come hang out with me, baby. I've been watching college basketball for a long time. I know when somebody's fixing some shit in college basketball. I have moments. I don't do it as much anymore because college was always a bit unwieldy because there's so many refs. Like that's it's refs that I've always watched. It hasn't been players. It has been refs that I've been watching. But like it'll be something I'm watching. I'm like, look up the spread. And that spread will be right there in that number. I was once on TV and something that looked like, it very obviously looked like a fix. Like it was so strange that a fix would be the only explanation. And I was doing Jim Rome's Burning and it was over. And then it basically came to us and I had no idea what to do because I could not say what my only answer of this is somebody just fixed this game.
Yo, and that's the thing. Back then, if you said that, people would have been like, yo, Bo's crazy. Yo, Bo, how could you say this? The sanctity of the league. Oh my God, how dare you? Yeah. And now it's like, hey, bro, This shit is on my phone. Like, I got my cousin in the stands telling me to miss a three. You know?
Oh, what a time. On another day, we'll have to talk about you and the Italian man. Because me and my buddy Joe were talking about this, that like we didn't really know like sports gambling. That we just thought that stuff that white people did because we didn't know people who did it. But you New York boys seem to travel in a different space.
Hey, it's just another hustle, baby.
That is the Kid Mero. Check out the Victory Light podcast. Check out According to the Kid. Check out 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Basically, just Google Mero because he's going to be somewhere. My brother, I appreciate you.
Hey, love, Bo. It's always a good time on the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. I appreciate you, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us here on The Right Time. We do this 3 times a week. Ryan Brumley handles everything behind the scenes. Thank you, sir. Remember, hit the voicemail line, 323-596-7767. We're here for whatever you want to talk about. 323-596-7767. Remember, follow The Right Time. Subscribe, like, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. You only give us 4 stars. I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. And we'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. Take it easy.